After many months of waiting, Sony had finally revealed a multitude of games coming to the PlayStation 5 in, at least currently, its first year in a live stream held recently. This included things like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil 8, and aka Spider-Man Miles Morales. But many of us had our eyes on one developer, Square Enix, who were heavily rumored to be showing something. But instead, we got something completely out of left field. What is that? Well, let's mosey. Now, we didn't really get too much on this considering it's just a teaser trailer and a small website, but there is some interesting stuff in here nonetheless. As the trailer plays out, we get this girl walking through these destroyed ruins with the text, "In a world not her own, where resolve will be tested, truths will be questioned, and devotions will be doubted, she will rise." As this text is floating by, we get a look at one of the monsters for this game, a giant wolf with fire glowing through holes in its body and even its teeth. Aw, who's a good burning boy? We see this main character here, who we don't have a name for yet or see too much of, jumping along these ledges to get to a grassy platform. These jumps and how they look kind of makes me think this game is going to have some sort of automation in it when it comes to stuff like jumping along platforms, similarly to Final Fantasy VII Remake in some areas. She lands in the grassy platform and runs into 3 of those wolf things we saw earlier, and gonna be honest, this game looks beautiful. For as iffy as I was about the character models in Final Fantasy 15, I can't deny that the world in there looked breathtaking, and the same can be said here. She reaches her hand out towards one of the wolves and causes roots from the ground to come up, trapping the wolf inside. She's also walking through this forest when a giant eyeball looking thing pops out of the ground and stares at her. The scale on this thing is seriously amazing looking though. We see her standing on a ledge staring down at the large world in front of her as the title card plays out. Project Athia. Yeah, I bet you all thought this was Final Fantasy 16, didn't you? I know I did, and I sure felt like a dipstick. Before the trailer ends though, we've got a small look with this giant dragon with fire in its chest as it roars. Seems like fire is a common aspect in Athia so far. We also get kind of an interesting reveal. Designed for PlayStation 5. According to Square Enix, this game is only going to be releasing on the PlayStation 5 as well as PC, so sadly for any Xbox players, it doesn't seem like this will be releasing on the Series X, at least currently. Really though, the small bit we actually did get in this teaser trailer here did actually legitimately intrigue me. The game looks absolutely breathtaking from a visual standpoint, and the powers that the character had did actually pique my interest a bit, as well as those really interesting looking monsters. Sadly, we don't really have a release date yet or even an estimated one, but I'll be keeping an eye out for more info on this. The description of the video reads, "Watch a breathtaking first look at Project Athia, a thrilling story-led, action-packed adventure from Square Enix's new studio, Luminous Productions. Project Athia is the culmination of Luminous Productions' philosophy to create a completely new and fresh gaming experience that fuses together the latest technologies with art. With the PlayStation 5, their vision truly comes to life, and with Project Athia, you can look forward to being transported to a vast and detailed world filled with beauty and dismay." We're not done here just yet though, because we've got some more. Square Enix on their Twitter account talked a bit more about the game with the caption, "Project Athia is a culmination of Luminous Productions' philosophy to create a completely fresh gaming experience that fuses together the latest technologies with art." They also have a link that leads to Project Athia's website, though it's pretty bare bones at the moment, not even having much aside from a subscribe now button and a way to watch the trailer. Now, there's been some saying that this is actually going to eventually be Final Fantasy 16, and currently the name Project Athia, which is actually its working title, will eventually become Final Fantasy 16. I would kind of doubt that personally though. Imran Khan, a journalist at Game Informer who has gotten quite a few things right in the past when it comes to leaks, said this on Twitter. "So every single rumor I heard about Final Fantasy 16 was correct, except they don't appear to be calling it Final Fantasy 16, which means it's not Final Fantasy 16 and people got their wires crossed. It just seems that, plain and simply, any leaker who was saying this game was Final Fantasy 16 just simply got it mixed up, at least that's what it seems like going off of Khan's tweets. This is, for all intents and purposes, at least currently, a brand new IP from Square Enix and Luminous Productions. I'm not sure we'll find out more, but I am keeping an eye out for this when we do. This teaser trailer was small, but it did get my interest nonetheless. But with that said, what do you all think of Project Athia? Are you excited, skeptical, or just like me, or at the very least, interested? Let me know down below. Thank you all very much for watching, have a great night, and signing off. Peace out, soldiers.